if you are the one who was toxic and you are the one who was left, that guilt needs to be your power. You gotta stop holding on, holding on. We did some retail therapy today. I thought I would just vlog a little bit about some of the thoughts that kind of came to mind when I was thrifting. Retail therapy is so helpful for me. Anytime I have something on my mind, or if I just want to like unplug or just keep myself kind of distracted, I really love to go thrifting or shopping at places where you have to dig, because it really gets my mind off of whatever is bothering me at the time, because the only thing that's on my mind is whether or not this piece in front of me is something that I like or don't like. And I'm just like looking for that dopamine fix, you know, like going through all the racks and finding something that sparks joy. And I also get to kind of redesign my whole wardrobe, because you know, I'm trying to build a new character here after the whole breakup. But one thing that just kept, I guess, entering my mind, is that's another thing too. Like, I feel like when I'm thrifting and I'm solely focused on finding something that I like, only the most resonant thoughts start to come through. And one of the things that I was thinking about while I was thrifting was how I think we forget that everybody is on their own journey, and we only see things or perceive things through the lens of our own experiences. So I think in this breakup of mine, what's really been kind of, I guess, messing with me a little bit is the idea that I don't feel he deserves the happiness that he's getting right now, or I'm jealous of it. Maybe not so much that he doesn't deserve it. I think everybody deserves happiness, but I guess a part of me feels like I'm envious of the fact that he's so far ahead along in moving on from this relationship, that I'm justifying why he shouldn't be as far. But I don't know, and nobody knows except God and the universe, how much this man has worked on himself, how much he has endured, and what internal work he's doing to get to where he is now. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jane. I am going through a breakup, and I've just been video journaling my thoughts that come up, and just kind of documenting the progress of my heartbreak, because it's been about a little over 3.5 months now, and I really thought that I would be way more ahead than I am, seeing that my ex is super far ahead into this journey. But I'm also learning patience, because that is definitely something that I am working on, and I am trying to learn to focus on myself and only really focusing on what I can control and not what I can't control. But of course, I'm human, and these thoughts still come into my head about, you know, comparing our two journeys. And I know that that doesn't really do anything for me, but I feel like this is something that I wanted to talk about in case anybody else is on that same boat, kind of comparing their journeys to each other, to, you know, to your ex. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about too, and I don't know if this should be in a different video, but I guess we'll figure that out as I kind of go through this stream of consciousness. Whew, my head hurts, by the way. My head has been chronically hurting ever since the breakup, which is like not normal. I never get headaches, but I'm sure it's because I haven't been eating and I haven't really been taking care of myself in that way as well as I should. But anyway, so like what I kept thinking was, my ex and we broke up not because anybody cheated, not because of any, like, I don't know, nothing crazy. And I think that's what makes this particular breakup a little bit harder to navigate, because all my other relationships in the past, there has been kind of that big aha moment where, you know, like somebody cheated, or, you know, somebody gained feelings for somebody else, like that kind of situation where it's a little bit easier to accept. Not easier, what am I trying to say? It's not that it's easier to accept. I feel like in all of those other situations, it was more manageable to let go. It's like, you know, for example, with the cheating, like obviously, okay, you cheated on me, I can't get back with you. In this particular situation, in my current relationship, we broke up several times. I was the one who was always breaking up with him because I did not know how to work on the relationship. I was always wanting to just disappear and not work on it. I thought that leaving would be the easier way out. And I damaged our relationship so much from doing that when that wasn't what I truly wanted. And in fact, I didn't really know what I wanted. And I think that's what makes this so hard. And the best way that I can describe it is, again, like in this particular situation, when we finally broke up, he decided he was done with the back and forth. He felt like we were not compatible, like we brought each other's anxieties out of one another. And I knew this. I also felt this in my heart, but he was the stronger one to put his foot down and be like, there's somebody else out there better for you. And I think there's somebody else out there better for me. Even though at the time there was nobody else. There wasn't another person. But he just felt very strongly about that. And I really couldn't accept it, you know? And so now he's dating somebody new. He's already told me, he was very honest and let me know, you know, 3 months later. And I know that everything kind of happened organically. It wasn't forced. It wasn't, you know, like, he's a very creature of habit. He does the same things all the time. He wasn't out looking. He wasn't on dating apps or anything. It just happened, right? And so I've kind of been going through these emotions of just like realizing all the things that I've done wrong. And a movie that keeps coming up in my mind is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And I feel like I'm Sarah Marshall in, you know, that movie. Although I didn't see the pain that I put my ex through. And I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever know what he went through. You know, I'm thinking that he's fine. He's out. He's, you know, continuing to work on himself and really moving forward from our relationship. But I don't know what happens behind closed doors. I don't know what internal work he's been doing. I don't know what he's been praying to the gods or the universe. I don't know. And that is, you know, his journey and his journey alone. And, you know, just thinking back at like the things that I had done and the things that I could have worked on. If you guys have watched the movie, you'll see like flashbacks of all the things that like Sarah Marshall did wrong to the ex, and how, you know, she realized it too late. And in the moment, it's like, I don't think she intended on, you know, being a bitch to her ex, right? It's just, you have this idea of what you want for yourself. And when it's not being given to you, we're expecting it from other people. And when they don't give it to us, instead of getting mad at ourselves for accepting lesser than what we want, we get mad at the external person who has no, you know what I mean? Like, you can't control what anyone else does in this world. Even if you tell them this is what I want and all this and that, and they don't do it, like, then it's up to you to make that decision if you want to continue giving that person a chance. And I feel like I knew that he wasn't capable of giving me what I wanted, but I still like tried to stay and make him see, you know, like what he was doing wrong or whatever. But like, I know now that that's not the way to do it. Like, you really have to find a partner that just fits, is compatible, that you don't have to teach them how to love you. And I'm not saying that you never have to teach them. Of course, you know, you guide them and stuff, but I do believe that like you can find somebody who it just naturally comes to, just like how you will find somebody that you can naturally love and it just works, right? And with me and my ex, it was so incredibly difficult for us. Like, we didn't share the same love languages. Like when I would do something for him or how I would show love to him, it just didn't really resonate with him, and then vice versa. The things that he was doing for me to show his love wasn't really resonating with me. And it's not that it wasn't enough, and that's what I regret the most, is, you know, continuously telling him that like, oh, this is not enough, I deserve more, this and that, and kind of belittling him, when instead I should have seen it for what it was, and that he truly was trying. I can honestly say that this man loved me, and I think that's what hurts the most, is that I realized it a little too late. I didn't really fully grasp it until it was gone. And you know, I say this now because like I look back at it and I'm like welling up in tears, because I know how much he tried, and I took it for granted. Instead of like adjusting and compromising and like being thankful for the love that he did show me, I was criticizing it. And I can never take that back. I can never bring back what I said. And this is why now, going into my next relationship or going into any other like friendship, just any other connection with a human being, I really want to be more intentional with how I communicate. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't think I was gonna freaking cry in this one. I was like, this is a good thing. I'm learning and I'm realizing things. But I think that's part of the reason why it does hurt so much, is because I didn't realize until it was too late how hurtful the things that I said, the things that I did could have been, because that wasn't my intention. It was not my intention to hurt him. And honestly, I don't think it's really anybody's intention to hurt anyone else. Even the most evil people, I don't think that hurting somebody else is truly their goal. I think that people hurt other people because they think it's gonna make them feel better. But we all know that that's not the case. It never works that way. You may feel some temporary like fulfillment from getting revenge or whatever, but like in the end, it's only going to make you more miserable. It's just going to feed into, you know, it's just going to dig a deeper hole. And then let's not forget karma. Karma, you can never escape karma. So, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, he didn't do this for me. He didn't do this or that. Like, you know, he didn't plan dates. He didn't whatever. And that really bothered me. And now that it's all gone, it's like, dang, did I really need all that? And I mean, I do, but it's just like, you forget that somebody else will appreciate whatever, you know, your ex has to offer. And I know that's not really comforting, but all this to say, like, I don't know if you guys heard that. She said, either way, I'm going to be fine. It doesn't matter. And I truly feel that. I'm getting better at like just sitting with my emotions and letting them pass. You know, like now I'm going through the motions and all that. And even when I was thrifting, I kept getting rushes of anxiety. And instead of like getting mad at it, you know, because prior to today, I would just be like, no, please, no. Like, not right now. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel this. Now, I'm like, okay, girl, you got this. Breathe through it. Just, you know, let it pass and it'll go away. Just be patient, because that's another thing that I need to work on is patience. Like, one thing that I realized is that I wanted everything all at once way too fast. I didn't let things naturally unfold. And these are the things that I think about. These are the things that keep me up at night. These are the thoughts that, you know, come through my head. And I don't know if anybody ever really talks about that. All the breakup videos that I see, it's always talking about, you know, oh, that person wasn't a match for you, which, you know, I'm trying to remind myself of that, but like, no one really talks about when you are the toxic one, when you are the one you know, when you hear all these things about, oh, they didn't do this or that or blah, 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 like realizing that you also didn't do those things and you also are not good for that person is a hard pill to swallow. And so this is what I mean when I say everybody's on their own internal journey. Like, I feel like he's really working on himself, and that's why, you know, he's able to get to where he is now. Whereas like I haven't. I've been so focused on him and what he's done or what he didn't do, that now that I'm reflecting back on myself, now a little too late, it's like, oh shit, like there's so many things I could have also done better. And so all of this to say, you know, don't compare your journey with anyone else, whether that's an ex-friend, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what pain you've put them through. You don't know what prayers they've been praying. You don't know what relationship they have with the higher powers that be or within themselves. And all you could do is focus on your journey and you. And that guilt, if you are the one who was toxic and you are the one who was left, that guilt needs to be your power. Let that be the driving force that helps you to build the person that you want to become, by recognizing the things that did not work in the past so that you can be the partner that you want for yourself. Because if I'm being honest, when I think about all the things that I was looking for and wanting within my partner, I realized that I wasn't doing for myself. Like checking in on me, asking me how my day was, again, planning dates, being more thoughtful. Like, I didn't do that for myself until now. Like, now I'm journaling, now I'm doing this. I'm like, because to me, video journaling is like checking in with myself, and, you know, like taking me out on a self-care date, you know, like revamping my my wardrobe, like all these things that I'm doing to keep myself busy and to keep myself in positive momentum. And the more that you do this, the more that you do stuff to help you, to bring you joy, it's gonna be inevitable that along your journey to enlightenment, to improving yourself, you will either end up with a better version of you that you are going to be so happy with, and that could potentially lead to a partner that will mirror the love that you have for yourself. But until you learn how to love yourself, and until you learn what it means to love you, no one else can love you. No one else is going to know how to love you until you know how to love yourself. And that's the journey for me now. And I think that's it for my stream of consciousness here. Thank you for listening to me, and do something nice for yourself today. Don't think you don't deserve it. You deserve it. And other people may have made you feel like you don't deserve it, but it doesn't matter what they think. All that matters is your relationship with you, because you're all that you got in the end. Even when you find another partner, you really have to, what do you call that? You have to preserve your relationship with yourself, because that's what's going to strengthen your relationship with others. So I love you guys. I hope this helped somebody. And we'll see how this story unfolds. Till the next video. I love you guys.